right, here we go. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I want to welcome you to this event, and I want to thank you for giving up part of your Monday evening to hear more about Plexus and about our opportunity and our amazing products. I am so excited to get started tonight. Before I do, I want to give just a short disclaimer. This online broadcast is brought to you by independent ambassadors and is not sponsored by Plexus Worldwide. The results you are about to hear will vary from person to person. They are individual experiences reflecting the real-life experiences of those who use our products and our services. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. So there you go. Got that out of the way. So with all that being said, my name is Jana Hooten, and I am so excited to tell you a little bit more about my journey with Plexus before I get into sharing more about the products and about this business. I got started with Plexus in the spring of 2013. I started the products really for no other reason than I just wanted to lose weight. I had been trying for a while, and I needed something else to help me reach my weight loss goals. So that was the real reason I got into Plexus. That fall, it was suggested to me to sign up as an ambassador or distributor. We use the term ambassador in Plexus. And it was recommended that I sign up as an ambassador so that I could start getting the cheaper prices, and I was all for that. I already knew I loved the products, so I decided to give that a shot. Signed up as an ambassador, and within just a couple months, I thought, you know, I already love these products. I'm going to give this a shot, give this business a shot, and see if I can just maybe help contribute to our family just a little bit. So I did. I started just sharing my story. That's really all I did. Plexus ended up, I used Plexus as a tool for my weight loss goals and my health goals. And I ended up, as of to date, I've lost right at 40 pounds with the help of Plexus. So it has been obviously such a blessing and such a help to me health-wise. But so I decided to go ahead and get started on working on the business side of Plexus. Started sharing about what it had done for me, and things just really took off. I was obviously very passionate about what I was sharing, and because I so believed in the products and believed in the business, and so I started just sharing that. And you know, my first goal with Plexus, I told my husband, I'm going to give this business side a shot, and he said, you know, if you could just help us to maybe make your car payment. When I got started, we had just had to get a brand new car. Well, it wasn't a brand new car. It was a new car to me. So it was a used car, but we had to get a car payment. And my previous vehicle, we did not have one on. And so that was a little bit more of a financial strain on our family. And so he said, maybe if you could just make that few $100s a month to help us make that car payment. I was like, okay, that'll be my goal. Well, my first full month with Plexus, I could have made 2.5 car payments. And the Lord just really blessed and was really using Plexus to help our family financially as well. So that was I started the business side of Plexus in November of 2013. And in January of this year, I ranked up to the highest rank in the company, which is Diamond with Plexus. And to say it's been a blessing would be a huge, huge understatement. You know, once you hit the rank of Emerald with Plexus, which there's 2 ladies you're going to hear from tonight who that is their next rank. Their next rank is to hit Emerald, which is it's what we call a jewel with Plexus. Once you hit that, you get a Plexus Lexus. You get a free trip to Hawaii. And while all of those things are amazing, the Lord has blessed me with those, and they are just, I mean, first-class trip. It's such, oh my goodness, me and my husband had so much fun on that trip last year. And probably the biggest blessing to our family has been the fact that I have been able to bring my husband home from working 70, 75 hours a week. My husband's a police officer, and if you know anything about the police world at all, you know that a lot of them work a lot of part-time police jobs. So whenever you see those guys working up at the bank, or you see them working at the movie theater or someplace like that, you know that's on top of their regular 40-hour a week shift. And so my husband would work 20 to 25 hours of those every single week to help provide for our family. While we were so grateful that he had that opportunity to make that extra income, it's very, very hard on a family to have daddy away so much of the time. So along my Plexus journey, Ann Scahill kind of helped me, that you're going to hear from tonight, helped me kind of come up with the phrase of Operation Bring Dad Home. And so that's what we did. It became Operation Bring Dad Home. Almost a year ago now, my husband was able to quit all his part-time jobs. He's still working his 40-hour shift, but I'd be lying if I said that early retirement hasn't actually already been discussed as well, but we'll see about that. He likes what he does and enjoys what he does. But let me just tell you, bringing your husband home from what seems like a whole nother job, seemed like he was working, you know, the equivalent of 2 jobs, bringing him home and having him home with our family, it's by far been the biggest blessing of all of this. When he first quit all those part-times and he was home, I can remember so many times my girls would walk through the living room and be like, oh, Dad's home. Oh, you know, Dad's here. You know, and to be able him to be at every single game and be at every single event that they had going on, I mean, it was just absolutely amazing. You know, it's hard when you're working all those jobs, and he didn't want to miss any games, but you would have to tell your girls, you know, Dad's going to miss this game tonight, and he doesn't want to miss it. And during the whole game, Dad's sitting there, you know, my husband's sitting there texting me, how's it going? How are they doing? That's hard, and it's hard on him, hard on our girls, and hard on me. So that's by far been the biggest blessing. Man, I mean, I would do it all over again in a heartbeat just for that. So something I never ever thought would happen. He never thought would happen. He thought he'd be working those 65, 70, 75 hours a week for the rest of his life. So it's by far been the biggest blessing. We're going to tell you a little bit more about the business here in just a second. That's actually how I want to go ahead and start this online event tonight, by sharing about the business opportunity of Plexus. So if you're anything like I was, just like I was talking about, you may be going to bed at night, you know, really wondering how you're going to make ends meet. You're wondering how the bills are going to get paid, and even how you're going to save for your kids' college. I know I've been there. Maybe you want to be able just to stay home with your babies. Maybe that's your goal. I don't know what your situation is, but I do know that this is the situation of a lot of families, you know, just wondering how you're going to make it month to month. I know that health and wellness is super, super important, and in just a few minutes you're going to hear more about our amazing products and just how much I love them, and the people on this call with me tonight love them. But what I know is that sometimes financial burdens can be just as heavy as a physical burden that you might be going through. So I want to share this with you tonight. I have seen firsthand how this business has changed lives of everyday people, just like me and just like the other ladies that are on this call tonight. So with all that being said, I'm just going to briefly share with you about the business side of Plexus for just a couple minutes. I'm going to tell you about the 4 ways that you can get paid with Plexus. We actually get paid 11 different ways. Our compensation plan is extremely generous. We are unlike any other company out there. But for the sake of time tonight, I'm just going to share with you about 4 of the ways that we get paid. If you want to hear more about the nitty-gritty of the comp plan, then the person that invited you to this call can actually sit down and show you all 11 ways that we get paid. But the first thing that you should know, and this is so exciting to me, is that it only costs $34.95 to become a Plexus ambassador. And I want to tell you that is $34.95, because I've actually had people think it was like $3,495, and it is not. It is $34.95. So I want to tell you that the $34.95 investment that I made into my business is by far, hands down, the best investment I have ever made. This will pay for your own Plexus replicated website where you can purchase your products at a deep wholesale discount. That's how I got started. I just wanted that discount, how a lot of people get started. So potential customers then can also purchase from your site. All product purchases made online create something that we at Plexus call personal volume. So your monthly personal volume builds, and so do the percentages of your monthly sales commission. So I want to share a screen with you here real quick. Okay, so give me just a minute. It's my first time to do this. And let me share this screen. Hopefully it's going to work all right. All right. So here we go. Hopefully you guys can see that. Are we good? Okay. So, all right. So let me go back here to where I was. So you guys can see this little stair-step graphic, and I want you to take a look at this graphic with me as I walk through the different ways that we get paid. So I mentioned personal volume, and if you look at the top left of this picture, you'll see that if you have $100 to $4.99 in volume, you'll earn 15% commission off of that volume. If you earn over $500, which most people do, it's not hard to do, if you earn over $500 in volume, then you'll earn 25% commission. So most people can achieve personal volume of $500 in their first month. That's not hard to do at all. The second way you can earn with Plexus is that you're going to receive 5% of your personally sponsored ambassadors qualifying retail sales. Okay, so that's a total mouthful, but let me explain to you what that means. Every single one of these ladies that are fixing to talk to you tonight are my personally sponsored ambassadors. So I receive 5% of their sales. And then the people that they have personally sponsored, they receive 5% of their sales. It's just another one of the 11 ways that we get paid. All right, so now take a look at the stair-step part of this graphic. When you achieve certain ranks, Plexus pays a one-time achievement bonus. So let's look at the first rank of silver. A silver ambassador has 3 personally sponsored ambassadors underneath them, and when you achieve this rank, you receive a one-time $100 achievement bonus. It's a lot of fun to get that little bonus in the mail on top of the other ways that we get paid. You can see that the bonuses increase significantly as you rank up through the company. So I want you to check out the Senior Ruby bonus. We've got 2 Senior Rubies on tonight that are going to talk to you here in just a few minutes. The Senior Ruby bonus is $750. When you achieve the rank of Emerald, which is next on this graphic, then you are considered a jewel in the company, like I mentioned just a little bit ago, and you no longer receive these bonuses. It gets better. Instead, you actually get to take part in monthly profit sharing. So the Emerald profit sharing pool is funded with 3% of the company's gross product volume and is divided equally among the ambassadors that qualify. When you become a Sapphire, you take part in both the Emerald and the Sapphire bonus pools. And when you're a Diamond, you get to take part in all 3. And since we are on our way to becoming a billion-dollar company, let me tell you, and that I can personally testify, that these pools are very, very generous. Okay, so the last way I want to share with you about how we earn through Plexus is through our pay points. Plexus, I tell you, I'm going to go back and I'm going to quit sharing. Okay, so now y'all can see me. I'm going to share one more graphic with you in just a minute, but I thought I'd go back to this. So, like I said, the last way I want to share with you about how we earn through Plexus is through our pay points. This is what really sets us apart from a lot of other companies. Plexus gives us pay points for every qualified ambassador within our organization. So, by sponsoring new ambassadors and helping them to sponsor new ambassadors, you'll increase the number of Plexus pay points you are qualified to earn. So if you go back and look at this stair step, I'm going to go back one more time. Give me a second. All right. So if you go back and you look at this stair step graphic with me, let me make sure, can y'all see it okay? I think you can. Okay. If you'll look at this one more time, you'll see that a gold ambassador, you would have 100 pay points in your organization. So at one time, every one of us on this call tonight was a gold ambassador. Our pay points average about $3 every month. So if you have 100 points in your organization, you can see that as an added $300 on your monthly check just for being a gold ambassador. That is on top of the commissions that you receive and all the other many ways that we get paid as ambassadors. So as you work your way up the stair-step graphic, you can see that the number of points in your organization increases. So we have a senior gold ambassador on tonight, and then we also have 2 senior rubies on tonight. So I just want you to look, though, just take a look real quick at ruby. To be a ruby ambassador, that's right in between where the ladies that are on tonight are. And so to be a ruby ambassador, you have to have a minimum of 500 points in your organization. If our pay point is averaging $3 a pay point, well, that's an extra $1,500 on your check just for being a ruby ambassador. And so we obviously have a very generous compensation plan. Just look with me real quick at Emerald. As an Emerald, you have 1,500 pay points in your organization. At $3 a pay point, that's an extra $4,500 on your paycheck. Yes, I said $4,500 monthly, just for being an Emerald ambassador. At Sapphire, that would be $9,000 monthly, and at Diamond, that would be $13,500 on your paycheck just for being a Diamond ambassador each month. So it's very obvious that our pay plan is extremely, extremely generous. Okay, so give me one more minute. I want to share just one more quick graphic with you, and then we're going to move on, and you guys are going to hear about our products. So I just want to share this with you. Can everybody see that one okay, ladies? Are we good on that? Okay. I just want to share with you this one other graphic. I want you to look at our annual income disclosure that the company put out. Currently, our family is a Diamond household. So if you look at the annual income for that, you can obviously see that it is a huge financial blessing, one that I never saw coming. But thank the Lord for it. It's been a huge blessing for our family. We've been able to do things and that we never dreamed possible, do things for others that we never dreamed possible, and man, it's been huge. So I maybe know what some of you are thinking, though. Maybe you're thinking that I just got lucky, or maybe I got in at the right time and that you couldn't do this. But I am here to tell you that that is not true. I have so many friends who are building an incredible income through this business. But what I want you to do, if you are watching tonight, especially if you're just a guest, I just want you to look at silver. Look at what it says for silver. Keep your eyes on the silver part of this graphic with me for just a minute. At silver, you're making just a little over $5,000 a year with Plexus. So, and remember, silver is just 3 people signed up underneath you. But that's $5,000 a year with Plexus. That comes out to $420 a month. That's about what I was wanting to make when I first got started with Plexus, so I could make that car payment. So I want to ask you this question tonight. Would an extra $420 be a blessing to your family each month? I know it was to ours when I first got started. I've seen so many people achieve the rank of silver within their first 30 days. It's not hard to do. So let me ask you this. Who do you know who would be blessed by an extra $300 to $400 each month? I think we can all probably think of someone, if not ourselves, for our family. of who that would be a blessing to. So that's a little bit about our business side of Plexus. I have to share that because I do know that, like I mentioned, there's so many people that need that business side. They need that financial blessing. So we're going to move on along just a little bit here, and I am so excited to introduce you to some amazing, amazing ladies. I mean, these are like cream of the crop people here. You are going to love hearing from them. The first one is Linda Brown. I've known Linda my entire life, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure like my entire life, it seems like anyway. She is a senior Ruby ambassador with Plexus, and she is such a blessing to anyone and everyone that comes in contact with her. So, Linda, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Thank you, Jana. I actually first heard about Plexus in November of 2013, and I saw a picture of someone that I'd known for many years who just introduced me, and I respected her and I trusted her. And she had lost, at that time, I think it was about 30 pounds. And so I was very heavy at that time of my life, heaviest I'd been. And I was looking for something to help me lose weight. And so in January of 2014, I signed up as an ambassador simply to buy the products at the cheapest, lowest price I could get. I started off with Plexus Slim and the Accelerator Plus. And honestly, I didn't know that there was anything else that they had to offer. I just knew that that's what Jana had used to lose weight at that time, and so that's what I ordered. I had no intention of working the business. I had tried other businesses before, and they just never seemed to work. All I was interested in was losing some weight. So I was getting close to my 65th birthday, and I knew I needed to make some changes in my health and in my life. And so I signed up in January of 2014, and I committed to that for 1 year because I knew it was going to take time to undo all the things that the years have done to me and things that I'd done to myself by the bad choices of how I ate or, you know, not exercising. I knew that was going to take time. So I committed to Plexus for a year, and really that has been one of the best decisions that I have made. I was also a pastor's wife. My husband pastors a church here in Ocala, and I was very cautious about talking to anybody about what I was doing. I'd been in churches before where it went from one type of a thing to another. Somebody was selling this, somebody was selling that, and I just did not want to do that kind of thing. So I was very careful. However, our church family, my friends started seeing a change in me. And I was losing weight, and I had more energy. I didn't go silver until June of 2014, and the only reason I went silver then was because I signed up my two of my daughters, and a friend of mine that I'd known since high school who had suffered with headaches all of her life, and I had heard that might help her, and so I talked to her, and she signed up, so I had my silver. So I went silver, got a $100 bonus. I thought, oh, this is really good. And but then in February of 2015, my youngest daughter, Randa, called, and she says, Mom, do you know that you're about to go gold? Well, no, because I hadn't even looked at a back office. I didn't know anything about it, really. And so my daughters were working their business, and they were pushing me into promotions. So I was promoting in February. And that kind of made me start paying more attention to what was going on the business side. I signed up a couple of my friends and more friends, and at that point I might have had maybe 5 ambassadors that I'd personally signed up. I can't remember for sure, but it wasn't a whole lot. And then in May I went senior gold, and I was getting more commission, and I thought, this is really different because, you know, it always worked for everybody else, but it never worked for me. And so I went ahead and went to convention 2015 at the urging of my husband and my girls, and they said, my husband said, you need to go. This is something I think you really need to do. And so I did, and went to convention. I didn't start working my business until June of last year after convention. In October, I went Ruby, and then I just went Senior Ruby in March. one thing about Plexus that has been such a blessing to us, my husband and I have been in ministry for over 45 years. And we went from church to church. We've been in evangelism. We've done a little bit of everything in ministry. When we took a position, we never asked for a certain amount of salary. We never asked for insurance. We trusted God to take care of us, and we never had any retirement put aside for us. We're getting up in years now. You know, I'm going to be 67 on Thursday, and we did not have any savings or any kind of retirement at all other than Social Security. And you all know Social Security is not sustainable, and even, you know, may not be around for who knows. You know, there's all kinds of rumors about it not lasting. And so we were concerned about that, but yet we trusted God to take care of that need. He's taken care of us all of these years. We knew He was going to take care of us with this too. God put Plexus in my lap. I believe that with all my heart. He has given us an income through Plexus that as of right now, Lord willing, I'm going to be retiring from my church job in September, and being able to do a little bit more Plexus, be able to be available, to keep leading the choir, things that I love, but to step down and let somebody else take my job as church secretary. And so that is a huge blessing to me and to my husband and to our family, to be able to help my kids when I need to. My parents are elderly. My dad is 94. My mother is 96. My dad has been in very poor health. We nearly lost him last fall. And had it not been for my Plexus income, I could not have helped them as I needed to. That is huge. That is such a wonderful thing, to be able to give back to my parents, who gave so much to me as a kid and as growing up and as an adult. And now I can give back. I couldn't have done that without Plexus. I couldn't have done it. God gave us Plexus at a time when we needed it the most and didn't even realize it. And not only that, the income is great, but the products work. My blood pressure, my doctor says, is like a teenager's. And I've always struggled with blood pressure. It's not that way anymore. I can sleep at night without over-the-counter drugs. It has helped me tremendously. My cholesterol dropped 81 points. I lost the weight I was wanting to lose. It just has blessed my life in so many different aspects. I am blessed by Plexus. Our family has been blessed by Plexus. And I am truly thankful, Jana, for this opportunity to be able to share a little bit of my Plexus journey with my friends and family that watching, and people that maybe this is the first time you've ever heard anything about Plexus or you're curious about it. Trust me, I've been on this for over 2.5 years. I would not stay on something that did not work, and I would not share with anybody that I did not have full confidence in a company and a product. Thanks, Jana.
Thank you so much, Linda. That got me a little teary talking about your sweet, sweet parents. So, well, we would not have this amazing business opportunity if we really did not have life-changing products. They go hand in hand. We lead with our amazing products. So I want to introduce you now to a lady that has become a dear, dear friend. Our husbands are both police officers. That's how we know each other. They used to be on the same department together. And so we knew each other from way back, way before Plexus. And so I don't want to tell you any of her story. I want her to share it with you. You are in for a treat. So let me introduce you to my sweet friend, Ann Scahill.
Thank you, Jana. I had to fight back my tears when Linda said, God put Plexus in my lap, because that's my story. I'm not going to be able to hold it in. I brought Kleenex because I know I'm not going to be able to hold it in. I thought that I was perfectly healthy for a long time, except that I would get sick pretty often. And when I say sick, I mean like I would get a sinus infection, and then I would take antibiotics, and then I'd have an ear infection, and then I would have a throat infection, and it was just like I was always on antibiotics. I could just not stay well physically, but I still felt like overall I was in relatively good health. several summers ago, I was working for our church. I'm also in ministry like Linda, and I started to notice that when I would get to church, I was having a hard time opening the doors. My hands would cramp up, and I couldn't even get in the building. I was diagnosed with mono, but what was interesting with that is that it was a reactivated, which meant I had had it before, but I don't ever recall having it before. So it was just kind of like this whole mystery case was starting to build, and my body just kind of kept falling apart. I had one particular instance that even just today, I praised God while I was pumping my car full of gas with a friend today. I know that sounds ridiculous, but you'll understand why in a second. My muscle control had gotten so poor that there was one day in particular that I was trying to get gas in my car, and my hand completely cramped up on the gas nozzle. And while I was standing there completely covering myself with gasoline, I was staring at my hand thinking, just let go, just let go. And it wouldn't let go. My hand wouldn't let go, so I had to use my other hand to pry my fingers off. And I was completely embarrassed. It was the most embarrassing day of my entire 39 years of life. And I'll never forget how that felt, losing control of your body in a public place like that and not being able to control your hand, of all things. From there, it just, weird things just kept happening. And I was finally diagnosed with a couple different things. Most of my issues were chronic pain, muscle issues, and chronic fatigue was off the charts. And when I say chronic fatigue, usually how I describe to people how I felt, because on the outside you look fine. So people either think, wow, she really is going through something medical, or wow, she's kind of a head case because she looks fine. She should just get up off the couch. What it feels like is when you're lying down, it feels like someone is pressing over the top of you. So while you're trying to sit up, someone's pressing against you. And while you're trying to walk forward, someone's pushing against you this way. So it's like you just cannot get traction no matter what you're trying to do. Now, I had seen people starting to post about Plexus in the summer of 2012. And I didn't want anything to do with it. I thought it was ridiculous. I thought, here we go, just like Linda said, here goes another big MLM thing. I don't want any part of that. Well, people started to message me, hey, you should try this. Hey, I've heard stories just like yours. Hey, this could change everything for you. But really the truth of it was when I started to see Jana post, I know Jana, and I know who she is, and I know she's very genuine. Not that the other people weren't, but I didn't know them as well as I knew Jana. So it really started to stir something in me. Hey, if she really believes in this stuff, maybe there's a chance. But I was a total skeptic. So I think I called her up. Maybe I sent her a message. I can't recall. But I basically said, here's how this is going to go down. I'm going to order this stuff for 2 months. I'm going to take it exactly like the package says. You need to tell me every single thing that I need to do. So after 60 days, I can return it all, I can get my money back, and then all of you pink people will leave me alone. But actually what happened was about 21 days in, I showed up at the breakfast table. This doesn't seem like a big deal to people outside of my household, except that for almost 2 years, my husband and my elementary-aged son had to help me out of bed every day for almost 2 years. I just showed up at the breakfast table. And my son looked at me and he said, what are you doing here? And I said, well, I live here. What are you doing here? And he was like, Mom, who got you out of bed? And that's when it really hit me. Oh my gosh, I got myself out of bed today. And from there, it just kept getting better and better and better. And I'm not going to give you every single detail, but I'll tell you that now my husband and I can ride bikes for 20 miles. I can go for 3-mile runs. I can go the entire day without needing to lie down or take a nap. I go to sleep when it's time to go to sleep. I wake up when it's time to wake up. I mean, these are things that were not normal for me for quite a length of time. And I had to go get some eye drops the other day from the pharmacy. They didn't even have my insurance information in there anymore because I hadn't been to the pharmacy in so long that none of my information was updated. So when Linda says God put Plexus in her lap, I feel the exact same way. It has completely changed my health, and I'm with Linda. I hope they never ever stop making this stuff, because I I really would hate to see what my body would be like without the nutrition and the just all the different nutrients that are in all the different products. It has completely changed the way that my body functions and even the foods that I crave. So with that, I kind of want to roll into our most popular system with Plexus, and this is what we're going to talk about the rest of the time here tonight. It's called the triplex combo. So tri obviously means 3, plex for Plexus. So the first product in this combo is Plexus Slim. It's the pink drink you hear everybody talking about. The second one is the ProBio 5, which is a 5-strain probiotic. And then the last is BioCleanse, which is a magnesium-based product. So I'm just going to share with you about the Slim. So the Slim is really our cornerstone product. It was our first big product that we had where it just caught fire, and people were amazed at the results they were getting with this one product. It's gluten-free, it's plant-based, it's got a pink color from beetroot extract, so there's no food dyes in it. You don't have to worry about weird things being in these products. It's actually sweetened with stevia, so that's a natural sweetener, and that's what gives it its yummy taste, and people say it tastes like a cherry Tootsie Pop. It's been coined as the most natural way to lose weight, and it burns inches by helping reduce. That's where the burn is happening, is in the fat, not the muscle. It's building muscle. It helps keep your blood sugar, your cholesterol, and your lipids at healthy levels, and it helps to reduce your binge eating because it's actually regulating that blood sugar. So you know how sometimes you get to like that 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock time in the day, and you're just exhausted. People are going to get coffee, or you're just thinking, man, maybe I just need like a Snickers. Give me a something. Well, with the Slim, it actually helps to regulate your blood sugar so you don't have those highs and those deep lows. Staying at that level is what everybody talks about when they have this crazy Plexus energy, where they're like, I made it through the whole day, and I felt like I didn't need any kind of assistance. That's what they're talking about with that. So that is a little bit about our Plexus Slim. This is what it looks like. It comes in these little packets. You get a package of 30 of them, so it's a month's supply. And you literally just tear it open, you dump it into a bottle of water, shake it up, and it's ready to drink. It's that simple.
Thank you so much, Ann. And I've probably heard your story now, I don't know, 100 times, and every single time I still get teary hearing it. And I remember when you started to feel better and how you were still very skeptical about if it was going to keep working. And I'll never forget the day you messaged me and said, I'm craving celery today. That's really weird, but I'm craving celery today. So it's amazing to see that transformation happen in people. All right, so I have another friend that I want to introduce you to tonight, and Stephanie and Stephanie, I'm here in Dallas area. Stephanie used to live here, and we went to church together. And Stephanie is a senior Ruby with Plexus, and she is just a sweet, sweet friend. I just adore her, and I'm excited for her and her future with Plexus. And so I'm excited for you to hear a little bit about her and what it's done for her. And so I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Stephanie Ersi.
All right, thanks, Jana. So I'll say a little bit about me with my health, and the reason I got started with Plexus was back in January 2014. I was looking to lose weight, as you know, Linda and I and Jana both were doing. But so I was looking at a certain ingredient, and at that time, Jana was posting on Facebook and shared that she had lost 38 pounds. And Jana was somebody that I knew from church and somebody that I trusted. And so I looked into it more, and in fact, the ingredient that I had been, I guess, researching was in the Slim. So it was just amazing to me, like, okay, this is it. You know, this is what I need to do. It's natural. So anyway, I felt guilty in, you know, spending money on myself. I know it sounds silly, but I did. So my mom knew I really wanted to try it, and my parents actually ended up buying me my first month of Plexus as an early birthday present to me. And I signed up as an ambassador, of course, the cheapest price. And so they paid for my joining fee of $34.95, which, you know, that's affordable, but still, you know, it just, you're thinking of spending money on yourself. So I was thinking, well, it's just for weight loss. So I tried it, and I told my husband, I was like, okay, well, now I'm an ambassador, so there's a chance that maybe I could maybe get a few customers and, you know, hopefully get my products paid for so I can continue taking them. So he's like, okay. So I start taking my products, and I gradually start noticing differences in myself. Like, I started noticing, man, my cravings are changing. And wow, I like the first time that I knew it was doing anything, I was at KFC, and you know, I got my 2 pieces of chicken and 2 sides and a biscuit. I could eat that no problem. Well, I got through some of my sides and my first piece of chicken. I could not touch my second piece of chicken. I'm like, whoa, something's happening. And I knew it was Plexus because I was like, wow, I can't finish my meal. Like, that was a great feeling. So anyway, um, I just started gradually noticing different things. And then, you know, my tape measure, you know, when I was measuring myself was going down and the scale was going down. And so I lost 13 pounds and over 11 inches. Um, but then I was noticing more energy, which was huge for me because every day I was having to take a nap with my daughter in order to function the rest of the day. I had no energy when it came to afternoon, and I'd have to take a nap. And I was starting not to have to take a nap. I had energy all day, and I was sleeping better at night. Um, sorry. The thing that meant the most to me, though, is the biggest change of me. I was in a funk at that time, and I'd went to the doctor to see what was wrong with me. I had no reason to feel in a funk. And I knew that, you know, I had no reason to feel down or anything, but I did, and I could not shake it. Like, I talked to my mom, and you know, she's like, you need to go to the doctor and just see. They ran blood tests on me and thought that it was, you know, vitamin deficiency. You know, that came up. So, you know, I took more vitamins, and it just wasn't helping. I just wasn't noticing a big enough change to how I used to be. Like, I wanted to be by myself all the time. I would like to just be on the couch watching TV. I have 2 young kids, and I didn't even want to be with them. That's an awful feeling. And yes, I wasn't feeling like I wanted to be with them, you know, at times. But then at times, you know, I had no patience with them. I had no patience, and I started yelling. You know, like they would do something that did not require any yelling. You know, it just needed, you know, hey, you can't do that. But I'd end up yelling, and then right after that, I would regret exactly how I responded because I knew it was wrong. And so anyway, it was probably a few weeks into Plexus, and I just noticed a certain calmness about me. I cannot explain it, how it feels, but I just had more patience. And I was just calmer, and I noticed that I was actually correcting the kids in just a regular tone. Okay, well, let's just do this. Like, and it was an amazing feeling. And, you know, back to what Ann was saying about the slim with our blood sugar levels, I never thought I had a blood sugar issue. I'm not diabetic, not pre-diabetic, whatever. But I was moody as all get out, like up and down, very extreme. And the slim, I truly believe that regulating my blood sugar helped my mood stabilize because I didn't have the highs and lows of my moods and of my sugar, you know, increases and lows. I mean, that just helped level me out, and it helped to get me out of my funk. I went to my doctor, back to my doctor. I took my I took my products to her because I was going to show her. I just wanted to show her my products, and I wanted to get her approval. However, even if she didn't approve it, I was going to continue to take it because this was the only thing that was helping me. And she looked at the ingredients of all my products, and she's like, you know what? There's nothing in these that your body needs. She said, keep taking them. And so, of course, I did. And I told my husband, and then, oh, lo and behold, ooh, he might try the Slim. And so, now my whole family's on it. So anyway, it's brought me back to my old self, and I feel great. And it's just been an answer to prayer. Like Linda and Ann both said, the Lord placed Plexus in their lives. That's absolutely true. No doubt in my mind, it's been an answer to prayer. And not only for my health and getting me back to the mom and the person that I need to be and want to be, but man, the business, the financial blessing that it's been for me and my family, even starting out, like my products were paid for. They were covered my very first month. And I had told my husband it'll probably be a couple months, I'm going to try. We'll just see. I just shared it with just a few of my friends and some of my family, and just shared what it was doing for me. And, when you love something so much that it's making such a difference in you, my daughter, who's my youngest, both my kids are going to go to school this August. So she'll be starting kindergarten, and my son will be in 4th grade. And so, it's time to get a job. And I knew this. I was trying to plan this before. I had subbed as a secretary at our local school, just so I could have a flexibility, like the hours, at least have the summers off with the kids and maybe the holidays with them, to do the best I could. However, I did not like it. I didn't like the job. The people were great, but the job itself, I wasn't happy. But it was something I was going to do just to have the time off with my kids. And another answer to prayer, and it was Plexus. And I get to stay home now, and I can volunteer at my kids' school. I can go on field trips. I can not have to worry about finding a babysitter who takes off work when they're sick. I have that freedom and flexibility. I get to be home and available for my family. And that's the world to me. And the money I make now blows me away, because it is more than I made at my corporate job that I worked at for 12 years. And that's just above and beyond. So sorry, I'm blubbering, but anyway, it's just been a huge blessing. But so now I want to go into the second product. Anne saying in our triplex, she did Slim, and I want to talk about the ProBio 5, which is an amazing product. This thing right here is a life changer. You can turn on the TV right now, and all you see now is gut health and how, everybody needs to be taking a probiotic. And that's right. Medical professionals are really learning more about gut health and how it's connected to our overall health. I truly believe everyone should be on a probiotic. Pretty much all of us have taken an antibiotic, which they're necessary at times, but they kill not only the bad bacteria, but they also kill the good bacteria. And having a probiotic, it's necessary for us to repopulate our gut with good bacteria. And, even if you have never taken an antibiotic, do you eat meat? Like, this was one thing that stuck out to me, was most of the meats now, the animals are injected with antibiotics and stuff to keep them healthier and whatever. So even if you have never taken an antibiotic and you eat meat, likely you've eaten antibiotics. Our healthy gut flora is just very important. And our probiotic contains 5 strands of probiotic bacteria for supporting our immune system. And I know this product alone, for me, I used to get urinary tract infection or a yeast infection at least once a month. Sometimes there were a few months that I actually had both in the same month. It was bad. And I can say after I started this product, I have not had either one, and that's been for over 2 years. And I also get I get dry patches on my legs, just dry itchy patches that are ugly and they itch like crazy. They look terrible. And I get it in the cold months. And last year, actually it was the first year after I had started Plexus, I noticed that they were better. Like it wasn't quite so bad. And then this past fall and winter, I didn't have any, none. And I know it's all because my gut is getting healthier because of our probiotic. So anyway, I'm going to ask Linda Brown if she'll tell you about our third product in our triplex. Take it away, Linda.
Linda, you need to start over and unmute. Hey, Linda.
I tried it. Okay, there we go.
There we go. There we go.
There we go. Okay, I'm on now. I still have trouble with some of the gadgets. So anyway, I want to talk about the third product in the triplex, which is the BioCleanse. It is actually one of the best products I believe that has helped me is the BioCleanse. Did you know that your colon is the last 5 feet of your digestive tract? I did not know that. And I've learned a lot about what makes me tick, really, in the last couple of years. The colon, along with your skin and your kidneys and your lungs, they're major organs of elimination for the toxins and the waste in your body. And so if your bowel movements are not regular, then the waste products and the toxins start to accumulate, and it compromises your health. And as a result of this, it's because of our lifestyles that we live, even just the fumes that you breathe from pumping gas, or when you fix your hair, the hairspray that you put on your hair to keep it in place, especially on rainy, windy days, that all takes effect onto our bodies and into our systems. So it can slow our metabolism, this waste, and it comes as a result of the food that we eat, and as I said, the toxins that we breathe in the air, the chemicals all around us. Our BioCleanse is a gentle cleanse that helps clean the gastrointestinal tract and your arteries, just not your intestines, but your arteries as well. It also oxygenates your blood, which is very, very important. If any of you have listened to any of the sports commentators talking about some of the athletes and the programs that they do, you'll hear them talking about that they, things that they need, like oxygenating their bodies, because it is very important to good gut health. So if you have time to research it, go on Google, Google the benefits of having a highly oxygenated body. The body is very vital for our health. For most of my adult life, I have had an issue that I would just simply call, I'm having a spell with my stomach. And I don't know if you all know what I'm talking about, but we would go out to eat or go to a church member's house and eat, and before the meal was over, I could feel my stomach starting to gurgle, and I knew I needed to get home and get to a bathroom. That is a horribly embarrassing feeling. But I want you to know I have not had a spell with my stomach in over 2 years. And the only difference that I've made in my life has been my Plexus products. And I know that the BioCleanse is a great, great part of that. So a wonderful product, BioCleanse, the last part of our triplex. And I just can't talk about it enough. They're great, great products that have really helped me with my health. Okay, Jana, I'm handing it back to you.
All right, thank you guys. I hope you guys just enjoyed hearing from those ladies as much as I did. I love that everybody has their own story. I mean, and it's just so cool to hear those stories, no matter how many times I've heard them. So they introduced you to what we call the triplex, and that's our Slim Probio 5 and BioCleanse. And so I think you get the picture of how awesome they are. We have a whole product line. I'm not going to take the time tonight to tell you about all of them. I'm going to show you a couple real quick. We have our Plexus Ease line. This is our all-natural pain relief line, and it has been a lifesaver for many, many people. I know in our own home, we have pretty much got rid of Advil and Tylenol because there's no need for it. This is what we use, and I feel so much more comfortable and at ease giving that to my family and me taking it as well. Because of the ingredients in it. We have our Mega X, which is our complete omega product. It is plant-based, so you know when you start those omega products and you know you're supposed to take them because they're good for us and all our doctors tell us to take them, but I always quit because honestly I get those fishy burps because you know what I'm talking about. Those are not fun. You do not get that with these. It's plant-based and it's awesome. We have our X Factor, our incredible multivitamin that is infused with aloe. That's what really sets it apart, helps your body absorb the nutrients so much more. First multivitamin, honestly, I've ever taken that I've actually noticed a difference. So my mom started on this a while ago, and she was like, I feel different when I take that X Factor. Like, I feel better. I'm like, yeah. It's your body absorbing your nutrients because of that aloe that's in it. We've got our Plexus body cream, which is a lifesaver for so many people. I've even got my husband using this. I may embarrass him, but yeah, he's even using body cream now. My girls use it every day on their face, you know, teenage girls and how they struggle with issues. It has so helped them. It works, you know, in so many different ways. People use it for so many different things. And we have actually so many other products as well that I'm not going to cover all of them tonight. But you can obviously get back with the person that invited you on this call, and they can tell you more about them and recommend products to you. So, you know, it's really my belief, honestly, that each and every one of you need Plexus in some way or another. Not only do you need Plexus, but you probably know many others that can be helped by these life-changing products and maybe this business opportunity as well. Because of that, our company is truly in full momentum right now. So I want you to ask yourself this question before we go tonight. What if? Where will you be in 5 years if you continue doing what you're doing now? Where will your health be in 5 years? Where will your financial situation be in 5 years? Maybe you just need $100 extra every month. Maybe that's it. Or maybe you want to create a six-figure income through this opportunity like our family does. I wanted more options, and you know what? Plexus has provided that. And just like all these other ladies said tonight, God placed this amazing company in my lap, and I'm so thankful for it. This opportunity can absolutely be the vehicle that takes you from where you are right now to where you want to be. This is an opportunity that has done so much for me personally. I've added so many friendships. That's a whole nother call we could do sometime about the friendships that have been made through this business. Growth, health benefits, financial blessings. So I want you to think of what this opportunity can do for you and how you can help countless others through it. My hope is that maybe you got some of your questions answered tonight. I am sure that by hearing some of the compensation plan and some about our products that you may have some more questions, and that's totally understandable. So I want you to reach out to the person that invited you to get your questions answered, and let's get you started with Plexus as soon as we can, because it's truly my desire that you will join us to be a part of this opportunity of a lifetime, because it really is just that. So just think about it. What if this opportunity really could change everything? I give God all the glory for the blessings that He has provided my family and my amazing team through this awesome company. So we're going to go ahead and end tonight. I want to thank you for being a part of this evening, and I hope you have a great night. Good night, guys.